Long ago, in the days when the land of Zazzau stretched wide like an endless sea of savanna, 3 brothers were born into one household. Their father, Malam Musa, was a mighty hunter, feared and respected. Their mother, Iya Abike, was a woman of wisdom, her words dripping with proverbs that could guide even kings. The first was Bello, tall, strong, and brave. People said, "This one's blood is hot. He was born to lead men in battle." The second was Adekunle, sharp-minded, ambitious, and quick with words. The elders whispered, "This one has the tongue of a snake. He will climb high, but at what cost?" The third was Umaru, quiet and kind, a lover of peace. People said, "This one's heart is soft like fresh butter. He is the string that binds his brothers together." From childhood, Bello, Adekunle, and Umaru were inseparable. They farmed together, fetched water together, and sat by the evening fire listening to old tales. Their bond was so strong that people often said, "These brothers are like cowries in a pouch. If one is lost, the pouch is no longer whole." But the ancestors say, even iron can rust when the rain falls long enough. One year, after the harvest, their father gathered them in the courtyard under the bright moon. The elders were present with kola nuts, palm wine, and cow horns filled with milk. A fire burned in the center, casting long shadows. Malam Musa's voice was heavy. "My sons, the world is wide, and a man's heart is not stone. Love, envy, and ambition will test you like the harmattan wind that cracks the lips. But you are brothers, born of one womb. Swear now before the spirits of our ancestors that you will never betray one another." Bello raised his head proudly. "I swear never to betray my brothers." Adekunle's eyes glinted like firelight. "I swear never to betray my brothers." Umaru's voice was soft but clear. "I swear never to betray my brothers." The kola was broken, the palm wine poured on the earth, the milk offered. The oath was sealed. That night, as the fire died, an old man whispered, "An oath is not a feather you can drop and forget. It is iron. If you bend it, it breaks the one who swore it." The brothers laughed it away, not knowing how heavy those words would one day become. Years passed, and the brothers grew into men. Then came the maiden who would test their vow. Her name was Yetunde, the daughter of a Yoruba herbalist who had traveled north from Oyo and settled in Zazzau. Yetunde was not like other maidens. She had beauty, yes, eyes dark and bright, skin smooth as new calabash, and a smile that could calm even the most stubborn man. But beyond her beauty, she was wise and proud. Even elders turned to greet her with respect. Bello admired her boldness. "This woman," he said, "would not fear standing beside a warrior." Adekunle desired her too, but not only for love. He whispered to himself, "With her at my side, my name will carry weight in every court." Umaru said nothing. He only watched her from afar, his heart swelling with feelings he dared not speak. He feared that if he opened his mouth, he would wound his brothers. The market women began to whisper, "Which of the brothers will Yetunde choose? The warrior, the cunning one,
or the gentle one? That year, the emir announced that during the Grand Dubar festival, he would appoint a new war leader. Bello, known for his courage, was the favorite. But Adekunle's tongue was sharper than any spear. To the guards, he whispered, "Bravery alone cannot lead. Wisdom must guide the spear." To the courtiers, he said, "If Bello is chosen, his hot blood may lead us to ruin." Rumors spread like bushfire. One evening, Bello confronted him, his voice firm. "Do you scheme against me, brother?" Adekunle smiled thinly. Does a man not stretch his hand for what he desires? Umaru stepped between them, his voice pleading. "Brothers, have you forgotten the oath? An oath is not water you can pour away. It binds us." But suspicion already lay heavy in their eyes. The shadow of envy had entered their hearts.
One evening, Adekunle began visiting Yetunde in secret. He promised her gold bangles from Kano, woven cloth from Ibadan, and a place of honor at his side if she would choose him. Yet Yetunde's heart leaned toward Umaru, the quiet brother who listened with patience. One night, beneath the shade of a great neem tree, she whispered to him, "Umaru, do you not see that I care for you?" His heart pounded, but he shook his head. "If I speak, I betray my brothers. Silence is safer." Yetunde frowned and replied, "Even silence can wound, Umaru. Even silence can betray." The Dubar festival arrived, and the emir prepared to name his war leader. Bello polished his sword. Adekunle sharpened his schemes. That night, Adekunle lured Bello into the bush, pretending they would hunt together. As they sat by the fire, Adekunle drove his spear into Bello's chest. Bello gasped in shock. "Brother, why?" Adekunle leaned close and hissed, "Because only one sun can rise at dawn." Bello's blood stained the earth, and thunder rolled across the sky, though no rain fell. The ancestors had seen. When Bello's body was found, Adekunle tore his clothes and wailed as if in sorrow. But Umaru confronted him in secret, and Adekunle's mask slipped. "Yes, I killed him," he admitted. "Yetunde will be mine. The war chief's stool will be mine. Everything will be mine." At that very moment, the heavens darkened. A whirlwind rose, dust swirling like the harmattan. Lightning split the skies, and a mighty voice roared like 1,000 drums. "Blood has broken the oath. The oath now breaks you." Adekunle fell to the ground, clutching his chest. His skin cracked like dry earth. His breath turned to ash. He screamed, but before the eyes of the people, he shriveled, his body collapsing into dust. A moment, he was gone. The villagers trembled, for the ancestors had spoken. Only Umaru remained. He buried Bello with tears. He poured libations for even Adekunle, though grief and anger wrestled in his heart. Yetunde came to him and said, "You are the last of your brothers. The curse has spared you." But Umaru shook his head. "No, the curse spares no one. Silence is also betrayal. In silence, I betrayed my love. In silence, I betrayed my brothers." Not long after, Umaru fell ill. No healer could cure him.
Some nights, people heard his weak voice crying out, "Brothers, forgive me, forgive me." From that day, the people of Zazzau remembered the tale of Bello, Adekunle, and Umaru. When families quarreled, elders would raise their voices and say, "Do not mock the oath of kinship, for the ancestors of the north and south do not sleep." And so the story was passed down, a warning to generations that love, envy, and ambition can destroy even the strongest bond, and betrayal brings a curse that no man can escape.